By now, you know that the urchin baits are absolute fish catchers. But if you store them wrong, you're going to absolutely end up with a melted disaster. But you don't need an expensive box or anything crazy to fix this. You just need this. I'm going to show you how this household garbage will absolutely save your baits, and then some budget-friendly options for storing them. Check this out. Yes, we are talking about a wine cork and a paper clip. And this is going to save your $20 Coike lures. If you aren't familiar with it, these urchin style baits, the true urchins, are made of a TPE material, right? This TPE does not react well or play nice with other plastics. If they're stored together, the chemical reaction from the TPE is going to cause them to melt. It will damage the TPE, but it'll certainly damage the PVC plastic that most of our baits are made of. But this also includes tackle boxes. It could include other plastic items that you may not even be aware of. So it's really important to not only keep your investments safe, to be able to use and catch a lot more fish with, but the last thing you want to do is ruin gear. So this simple hack is so cool. We're going to be building some urchin trees out of a wine cork and a paper clip. Now, an urchin tree, what in the world are you talking about? Well, something I coined up because I wanted to find a way to effectively store the urchin baits. And I will straight up be honest with you, if you only have a few of them on hand to test out and try, it is your best interest to still keep the boxes that they come in, because they already are on a wire, they're already protected, and having one of these in a bag or two even isn't going to take up too much space, and you can usually make that work for your fishing outing. But it's when you get into having more, the 3, the 4 different colors, sizes, you start getting a little more out there. You want to protect your investments. You can't have them touching anything. So it only goes so far, because you won't want to have 10 to 15 of these bins taken up. We only have so much room in our minimal backpacks for bank fishing, limited storage on the small boats. So at that point, we need a solution. So I was looking through my drawers, trying to find something here in the shop. I even created a couple things that I originally thought were going to be a ticket, and they will work. But then the garbage I've found actually works better, of all being. So why the wine cork? Well, first of all, they're cheap. Typically, most of us have had a wine cork around in the house. You either have them for crafting. We have all these extra ones that I use for stuff, as well as my wife. So I thought, maybe this might actually work. And why the paper clip? Okay, the two of these, because of this. The paper clip, when you undo it, is a straight wire, more or less. Basically the same wire that comes within the box. And I'll be honest, the first time I got these, I wasn't really thinking about it. I rigged them up and I threw away the bin for the box, realizing that that also had the wire to put it back onto. So I had to find a solution to make these actually work together. The paper clip being so cheap and easy, we all pretty much have them in our junk drawers. You can find a paper clip or go buy a set if you really had to and didn't have any. But a paper clip is essentially free. So, large size paper clip bent out straight. If you go ahead and cut one of those wine corks more or less in half, but shave it down, you now have multiple of these. And you go ahead and you now have a rough little stem to work with. So then what? Well, take your TPE urchin bait, thread it on right through till it comes out. You can now thread that on down. You now have the basis of something called an urchin tree. Depending on the size box you have, you can make one layer or you can make as big as the paper clips go. Here's an example. Here is a 3-tier urchin tree. The whole point being that this is now out of the way, keeping the legs protected, because that's really important. When they get too hot, you will deform the legs. So you want to make sure that they're not getting squished, anything like that. But the urchin tree allows one next piece. Now, people who have been fishing these a little bit longer may have some favorite colors, and that's why I bring these tree ideas to play, because you may have your favorite color and have a set of them. Let's say there's 3. Go to the dollar store, pick up one of these tub containers with a lid. Your urchin tree can get hot glued to the bottom, and you can set this all up to be in there correctly so they all fit. You now have an urchin tree inside of a container, completely sealed, locked in. They are not going to melt. They are not going to touch. That's perfect. That's just one box. Okay? I got some more. What about your kind of almost storage ammo boxes? Okay? What if you want to have multiple colors in one box? Setting yourself up. What if you glue down your brown? Have one section for brown, one section for your black, then a section for your green. Check this out. You now have an urchin tree farm inside of a box that you can then easily store. It's not going to bug anything else. All easy tucking away. The last one I'll show you guys, if you end up having a lot of room and you guys have a lot of these baits for you boat guys, something like this. These small mini containers from Home Depot, 6.5 quart. Here's where your urchin farm can go all into play. So that is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 18 urchins. All on a wine cork and a paper clip. This, for you guys of the boat, guys with a lot more room, can get tucked into your storage tote, tucked into your tackle tray areas. It's out of the way. It's not sitting in direct heat. This is going to keep your baits safe. And you're saving yourself room. You're not having to have 18 of these all together. So I think it's a win-win. If you really want to see something cool, you guys better be ready, because we are going to be showing you something, and I'm only going to pull this little bit of a hint right here. We're creating something for the ultimate urchin box, and I want you guys to see it here. So better be subscribed. We're filming this one to release for next week. You're going to want to stay tuned. If you want to see how we made our own DIY urchin baits just like this one, took it out of the water and even hooked a fish on it, check the video out right here. We'll see you guys on the water. Tight lines and fish on!